matches for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff. But
Angel Rashad Milligan rolling out.
That's a good question.
Brandon,
we can't ask Rashad questions.
Hey, Rashad.
Yo, it's been a long time. My name is Rashad Milligan. If you are new to the channel, this is the road to 5K subs. It's been an extremely long time since I've been on this channel. Angle's looking crazy. Hold on, let me get this angle right. A lot to catch up on, right? Anything happen of worthy of note or anything? But yeah. Let's get into it. I'm not gonna waste you people's time for any much longer. I hope everybody's doing well, doing swell, and doing all the things like hair gel. Hold on, let me get this right. All right, cool. That's better. Let me get these right. I lost these, dude, over the weekend. I lost these on Saturday doing laundry, and I just found them tonight. So I was winging it. No type of blue light goggles for the past couple days, just staring at the screen, straining my eyes. Let's get into it. What you see here. What you're going to see from the channel the next couple days are just going to be all the Super Bowl leftovers. That'll probably be like majority of this week and stuff like that. Stuff that I couldn't get up for work and everything, because that stuff is no longer really much relevant for work and kind of doesn't relate to New Orleans. So I got a lot of good stuff, a lot of gold, and I'm excited to share it with you all. Be back in the mix, things of that sort. And I'm also excited to be back just home and being able to do this. This is, I have a passion for it. So it's pretty cool to just sit back down and just do this for a couple weeks. Where should we start? Man? Where should we start? I'm going on the whole week of events. I'm going on my phone to see the events and stuff. All right. So we could start with, do I want to start with table tennis? Excuse me. Give me a second here. What's up, y'all? What's up, chat? Do I want to start? Okay. You got the media night. Okay. Opening night, media night. It was pretty cool. Not much worthy enough. What up, Isaac? We got Isaac in the building. I'm about to put you on a big screen. Boom. What up, Isaac? I got to get back in the algorithm, guys. I got to upload for like a week straight or whatever to get back in it. Seen Tech 9 again. Tech 9, cool dude still to this day. I asked a lot of the Kansas City people, it's like, do you get tired of this? And one assistant coach said yes, they get tired of the entire spectacle around Super Bowl with the opening night media and then the sit down press conference, like post-practice interview availabilities throughout the week. They said yes, it does get tiring. The 2-week gap between the championship, the conference championship, and the Super Bowl, they say they do get tired of the entire spectacle. They elongated halftime because, you know, you got 8 minutes to set up the stage and 8 minutes to take down the stage, and 15-minute shows and 30-minute halftime instead of a 15-minute halftime. They say yes, they get tired of it all. And I really appreciated that honesty. And I think you saw it there. I think you saw a little bit of that there. Casey did not look locked in on offense, bro. The Super Bowl media party was fire. That was night one. I got me some slime for the first time. I don't know where that slime. Oh, it's right here. I got me some slime. It's like a childhood dream to get some slime. Hold on. I'll do it like this. Uh-oh. Is this it? Can you see? Can you focus? There we go. I got me some slime for the first time. That's a bucket list moment right there. Oops, I fumbled the thing. Then I also got me a Nickelodeon football from the Nickelodeon station. And this was in Radio Row. So shouts out to Nickelodeon, man. Some stuff that I like grew up wanting. Like, you always wanted like a Kid's Choice Award, and you always wanted a Slimeroni. By the way, excuse me, I say Saquon Barkley, but his favorite SpongeBob, not his favorite SpongeBob, favorite Nickelodeon character. He said Timmy Turner. Fairly Odd Parents. Yeah, Fairly Odd. I'm tripping. Anyways, that was that early in the week. This was before people were really getting there. The media party was dope. that was thrown by the NFL. They had Emerald cooking and interviewing at a station, and Master P and Manny Fresh joined them on stage, and Master P was taking selfies and pictures and stuff with folks. They had Tank and the Bangers performing on the inside. That was pretty cool. They were fresh off of a Grammy win and stuff like that. Shout out to Tank and the Bangers. Excuse me. They had a Memorial Walk of Fame for the 14 lives that were lost on the New Year's Eve tragedy on Bourbon Street. So that was dope. And then they had the inaugural Walk of Fame open as well this year. So shout out to Master P, everybody like that. And yeah. Is New Orleans hosted the Super Bowl for a record time, I think 11 times this year. So that was pretty cool as well. And yeah, I'm just giving you guys all the background as we load up. So that was that night. This was like night 2. So night 3 was when people started coming into town. So that was the ping pong night. And I saw with my own eyes the end of Kirk Cousins, Falcons era. Like I saw it, right in front of my eyes. It was kind of crazy to see what happened. So Kirk Cousins, obviously earlier in the week, it came out that Kirk Cousins was hurt in the middle of the season for the Falcons, and he got hurt when the Falcons losing streak started. So when they lost to the Saints in New Orleans, and it was like a game that they shouldn't have really lost, but you're like, okay, it's a rivalry game. The Saints are fresh off of, the entire Rizzy ordeal. So, they got a little high with the interim coach and stuff like that, and they got the juices going. You get it. And then they lost again, and then they lost again, and then they lost again. And you're like, okay, what's going on here? They eventually finally switched to Michael Penix at the end of the season, but it was too little too late at that point. And yeah, end the season with 2 tough losses, one in Washington and then one at home to the Carolina Panthers and Bryce Young, who was going crazy at that point of the year. Shout out to Rod Wave for turning around the season. Anyways, regardless, so Kirk revealed that he was hurt, and people were like, why would you do that to the Falcons, bro? You were so scared of your starting job because you had the number 8 pick behind you. But also, what is up with the coaches that didn't see that you were hurt, that you were limping, or you were kind of wincing in practice and playing worse and worse week to week basis, and still not putting their foot down and saying enough is enough and putting Michael Penix in earlier and saving the season, potentially getting the Falcons into the playoffs. Now in the playoffs, were they going to do anything? Probably not. If anything, they might have won one game in the playoffs and a wild card weekend, and that was it. But at least you get in the playoffs, and you kind of give your young guy the early exposure to the postseason. That could do wonders for his confidence and the team's confidence moving forward with Michael Penix as the quarterback. So anyways, that's the backstory of what happened earlier in the week going into the ping pong night. So we get to the ping pong night, and I show up, and Kirk Cousins is wearing the Falcons shirt. I say, okay, cool. The reason why this matters, because people were telling me that it does not matter, and it's because you don't get it. If you aren't in the room, you aren't in the room. I get it. So last season, I covered the same thing, the ping pong tournament. It had Saquon. Saquon was actually in it. Saquon Barkley. Saquon was everywhere, bro. Saquon last Super Bowl week, the last year in Las Vegas, he was everywhere. He did the ping pong little thing. He was on Radio Row, and he went to literally every single little media station at Radio Row, bro. Like, his agent was working him. I ran into Saquon probably like 3-4 times just walking through hotels, walking to another hotel because someone was like, yeah, this hotel got this food. I said, okay, bet, let me try it. So I, walk over to the hotel. I see Saquon, and I said, what the heck? I'm seeing Saquon about 3-4 times a day. I guess it was foreshadowing. Anyways, back to the story. So, ping pong, right? Every team wears their own team colors. You wear your team's logo on the t-shirt. That's what it is. It's a partnership with the people with the paper towels and stuff like that. Say it's Bounty. I forgot it. Charmin, whatever the company name is, right? You got that company plus the NFL plus whoever's broadcasting it. So this year, they had Speedy in them. They had Speedy and Complex hosting the event. They had Taylor Rooks as a celebrity talent, participating in it. So they had half celebrities and influencers, half NFL athletes. Last year, it was just all NFL athletes with the Turner people hosting and stuff like that. So this was a bit different this year. So we getting into it, right? Kirk Cousins is out there in a Falcon shirt. Every other player, it was not Daniel Jones. Who's the quarter? Who's Mac Jones? Mac Jones was out there. I believe Mac Jones was in a Jaguar shirt, right? Micah Parsons, he's out there in a Dallas Cowboys shirt. Everybody's in their team shirts. Chris Olave's in a New Orleans Saints shirt, and Kirk Cousins. So all these fellas are out there in their team shirts, and then they have lockers behind them with their last names and the logo and the jersey and helmet, the whole setup, like it's a regular locker room, as the backdrop of the studio of the broadcast. They did the same thing last year in Vegas with Trevor Lawrence, Saquon Barkley, Jamal Williams, and everybody like that. So we getting into it. I'm kind of looking at Kurt like it's kind of weird because you just like kind of got caught up and went viral for like lying about your injury, and you kind of tanked the Falcon season. And the Falcons already said going into the offseason, they were ready to kind of cut ties with your contract and stuff like that before they took too much of a hit and it became guaranteed in March 1st, whatever the case was, with the details of the contract, right? So I'm looking at kind of weird. He kind of looking at me, and it's kind of, I'm saying, when you see the same people over and over in the city, like I was covering the Falcons, I was in the city before I moved over in the middle of the year. He recognized me. Okay, this is an Atlanta person. Already he sees D-Led there. D-Led, for those of y'all who don't know, Daryl Ledbetter, Georgia Sports Writer of the Year. He's been a long time Atlanta Falcons AJC beat reporter. So he already knows D-Led's there. He sees me. He like, oh, Atlanta people are here. Okay, so he's kind of looking at me. He's kind of like, like, oh, okay, all right, yeah, that's what's going. We got media people here from Atlanta specifically. So Kurt, in the middle of the competition, excuse me, you have some rounds where you're just out there, and then you have other rounds where other teams are out there or other players are out there playing, and then you could slip to the back real quick. So I think Taylor Rooks might have slipped to the back real quick, because she knew about the Jimmy Butler trade when I approached her, and the Jimmy Butler trade happened during the tournament. So then Kirk Cousins went to the back. Kirk Cousins come back from the back, and he takes off his Falcon shirt. It's just a black shirt. He just has on a blank black shirt now. I don't know if it's inside out and it was another Falcon shirt or that was his undershirt, but he just has on a blank black shirt now. I think that's worthy of note. I took the picture. I'm about to tweet it. I did not tweet it. You know why? Because I'm like, Kirk Cousins is right here. It's an intimate setting. It's not even worth potentially going viral off of anyway. I could be patient with this and just approach the man himself afterwards. So I say, okay, I'm gonna approach Kirk Cousins and show him the tweet and say, hey man, like why'd you do this? Like, what's going on? So I can add the explanation in the post, right? I did the same thing with when I announced Chiney Nwumake's retirement. When she announced it at NABJ, I waited to the end of the panel and I approached her and I showed her the post of what I was about to tell her. And I said, yo, is it okay if I post this? She called her agent. Her agent gave me about 5-minute runaround. And they said, yes, you got the green light to post it. You can post it. And I posted it. And that's how I announced Chiney Nwumake's retirement. Anyways, back to Kirk Cousins. That's just a fair way to do things. You clear things with people. That's just how you move. I got morals. So the tournament ends. Kirk Cousins gone. Kirk Cousins, the first person out the building, boy. Kirk Cousins not even there to take the pictures with the rest of the participants and the P&G, that's the company. And the P&G folks, the sponsors of the event, just so you know, peel the curtain back. All of these events and everything that you see on TV or anything like that, anything with a fancy background and broadcasting and stuff like that, it's from a corporate sponsor, right? So it's like the reason why Jake from State Farm was I said this before, Jake from State Farm and Travis Scott were at Caitlin Clark's last home game, regular season game at Iowa, right? It's because Caitlin Clark was with Nike and Caitlin Clark was with State Farm. So that's what happened, right? So these are the things, man. So we going like this, right? Okay. At P&G, you taking a picture with them. You have to smile. You have to kiss the babies. Remember the Travis Hunter event with the Adidas, and he was taking the pictures, and the girl and his girlfriend was like, "Oh, do I have to stay here the whole time?" And he cleared that up on what it actually was and stuff like that. And the clip was taken out of context. You have to smile and you have to take pictures and you have to oblige to whatever the sponsor says, because the sponsor and the corporate business, whatever it is that's involved, that's where your money comes from. So to miss the picture with the P&G partners and the official sponsor of the event, the big corporate people, that's a big deal. Joker was gone before they even took that picture and gathered around, because the media and everybody started approaching and starting talking to folks participated in the event. So Kirk Cousins already gone. He the first person out the door. I see Taylor Rooks. I asked Taylor Rooks, can I interview her? And I tell her about the Jimmy Butler trade. She says, I don't really know if we should really touch on that, because I don't know all the details. I haven't even looked at my phone for real. I just know that it happened. I said, okay, well, I said that in the interview. You guys see the clip now. If you don't, go to the YouTube shorts to see it. Then I talked to Speedy. Speedy, how you doing? Good to see you again, my brother. He said, likewise. I said, can I do the interview? He said, I don't do interviews, but I got you since we go way back. Speedy did the interview. W Speedy, shout out Speedy Moment. All right. That's the end of that night. That's night 3. Things at this point are starting to heat up because people actually get into town on Thursday. So now we get to Thursday. And Thursday, I'm trying to see if we had anything earlier in the day. We did. Okay. Dang, a lot of happened. Oh, that was Friday. Okay. It's so all right. At this point, it's all a blur. Thursday morning is the Kendrick Lamar conference. So we get in there. I get in there probably a couple hours early. They open the doors earlier than they usually do. They don't open the doors until like an hour before usually, and everybody come flooded in and the line is wrapped around the building. This time they opened the doors mad early, so you could sit down and wait the whole time. They had a little DJ in there. The DJ was cutting up. The DJ did a good job. They were playing Squabble Up, and then they played Hey Now, and then they went into the Hey Now into that guy from Tyler, the Creator, the remix and stuff like that. Ebro comes out and says, yo, we about to get started in about an hour. We'll see y'all in an hour. We said, okay, bet. It's my first time seeing Ebro. I'm like, oh, snap, that's Ebro. I'm media nerd. So anyways, that happened right there. They about like an hour, 30 minutes late, 30 minutes late. It's crazy because this is live stream. So they finally come out. They bring out all the opening acts. So all the people from New Orleans. Once again, why was people complaining about New Orleans and the lack of representation in Louisiana and this and that, when the whole pregame and the rest of the night and the rest of the festivities all week was all Louisiana, all New Orleans, all the way down to the logo, when they had Queen Taj Williams, the computer engineer and everything like that, make the logo herself. The 26-year-old Taj Williams, Queen Taj, man. Or she might be 25, but yeah. Everything was New Orleans about this. So it's like, why did you have a problem that it was Kendrick instead of Wayne? Because you didn't have a problem that it wasn't New Orleans. You had a problem with Kendrick doing it. But anyways, let's keep going. So yeah, they had Lauren Daigle, Trombone Shorty. I'm trying to do this off memory. Lettucey and John Batiste. They all had them coming out. They also talked to the 2 sign language performers and stuff like that. The one for Kendrick and the one for the pregame show people. So they had the representation. It was a beautiful interview by Nadeska interviewing the sign language artist, and then a beautiful interview from Ebro and Nadeska with the hometown folks as well. Trombone Shorty said some beautiful things. Lauren Daigle said some beautiful things. Lettucey got emotional a couple times from John Batiste. Y'all know he's been here before. He's just one of those guys, calm, cool, and collected as always. Then they announced Kendrick Lamar coming to the stage. I said, oh my gosh, I'm about to see Kendrick Lamar. I've already seen Kendrick Lamar in concert a few years ago in Atlanta when he headlined the college football playoff national championship. When the game was in Atlanta, I seen him at Centennial Park for free. It's crazy. But I don't know. It's just like Kendrick had a big year, man, and he don't come out the house. So to see him up first, I was hyped. Kendrick comes out. I'm like, oh, man, Kendrick finally out, man. We about to get into it. We about to get into the negativity. And they had a list of pre-screened questions. So a lot of people were talking about Nadeska and Ebro coming kind of soft at him. They had to run everything by PG Lane, bro. They had to run everything by PG Lane and Kendrick. And at the same time, this man has I don't know if the lawsuit is active, but he had some type of legal active lawsuit, whatever the case was at the time with Drake against him. So it's not like they could just say, what do you think about Drake? What do you think about Not Like Us? And you get sued. And like, because if it's an ongoing like type of lawsuit, legal thing, I don't know if he could just straight up talk about it. See, now thing on Sunday, which was even crazier, that he doubled down on that jump. And I'm like, oh man, this is crazy. This is great. This is amazing. Kendrick gave some great answers in the press conference. He talked about the Southern roots, the Southern connection to California. He talked about just always being him. That's all he can be is himself. He's always been quiet. He's always been to himself, and he's always, kind of been turned up and had that humor to the people that know him. Once he's one of those people, like once you talk to them and get comfortable and stuff like that, he'll open up to you and he'll show you all of his personality. But to the rest of the world, he won't show you anything because, he's just introverted. He's just to himself. A lot of people use the term introverted, I feel like, in 2025. And like also like they say they're on the spectrum. And I don't think, unless it's like the technology, this is a whole nother rant. Unless it's the technology that has brought us there with where, we're more connected with our phones than ever, but we're also more disconnected with the outside world and society, modern day society. That is a very true thing. So perhaps it turned more people into introverts more than ever. The cell phone, which is ironic again, because Kendrick's coming out with PG Lane's coming out with a phone, right? With like no internet, right? It just gives you the ability to text and call like that. That's it, right? Or check email. It's like something where you only can do 3 things on the PG Lane phone that's coming out. But I think our phones have all made more people introverted and more people socially awkward, if the word is. So now I think as a result of that, some people will think that, yeah, I'm live, baby. I'm live, baby. Shouts out everybody. Hold on, let me see. Cause all right, we good. I just had to make sure. But we live, baby. Anyways, let's get back to what I was talking about. So with Kendrick, he gave great answers. It was just a good kind of segment. And then the kids asked him the questions. Young Dylan asked him a question. It was funny because Young Dylan, he asked the New Orleans acts, right? A question. And it was a silly question. It was like, who just live in life? Like, and everybody was laughing. They was like, oh, I never been asked that. This is so funny. And everybody, the whole room was laughing. When he came to Kendrick, Young Dylan got serious. What's your advice for the young men? And I said, oh, you ain't telling them jokes now, Dylan. Shouts out to Young Dylan. That's my guy. I interviewed him a couple years ago. And I said what's up to him at the thing. But yeah, I did think that was funny. Shout out to Young Dylan. Shout out Nickelodeon. Shout out Jermaine Dupri. Anyways, that's what happened, right? Press conference ends. Last year in Vegas, Usher did the press conference, right? And afterwards, he's still kind of staying on the stage. So, some people that's like, Usher this way. And Usher's like, Usher this way. Usher's like, some people are asking for selfies and like side little comments that they want to ask Usher. And he's just like talking to everybody. And Nadeska's on the, kind of on the steps. And she's there to talk, that's where I met Nadeska last year. And I got to talk to her and just give her flowers and stuff like that. And she said, thank you so much. I had no idea that people actually cared about Everyday Struggle. And I was like, dude, that was like the one light thing for me in the year of 2017. Anyways, so this year, Kendrick takes the pictures, right? He takes the solo pictures. He takes the pictures with Nadeska and Ebro. And then the whole Apple Music team comes on the stage. So Zane Lowe, all them jokers that you see, key, low key, all them jokers, right? They come up on the stage. They take the picture. They dab them up. You say, all right. They take the pictures. I had me a little video, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to try to show it right now. Where I try to get me a little selfie video and see if I can get Kendrick to get a drop or something. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, hey, anyways, so I do that, right? This man, Kendrick, the second he take the last picture with Apple Music team, he off the stage. He got his security. He got the security. The security rush him off like the president. Security rush him off the stage like the president. I said, boy, this ain't. you talk about a man that the whole it ain't no act, bro. The boogeyman act and all that and like disappearing. Like I remember Drake was dissing, bro. Drake was dissing bro before the biggest of Super Bowl, before that song, right? On tour, when Drake started the tour with Savage, the song was already out at that point. Okay. But Drake was on the tour. I'm not sure if I'm getting the timelines mixed up. But Drake was on tour and he said, "Yeah, I'm coming out with another album, y'all." And he just dropped. So people was like, "Gosh, Lee." And he said, "Yeah, I'm not one of those mysterious fade off into the shadows and then you don't hear from me and I don't drop an album in 5-6 years and I just pop back up with another album every 6 years, like, and you don't hear from me. If I got music, I'm gonna drop it. Is that okay with y'all? I'm Drizzy Dre. Have a good night." Like, and they're like, "Ah!" So that was another Kendrick diss that Drake was doing. Drake been sending shots at Kendrick, and Kendrick been sending shots at Drake since 2013. We all know this. Anyways, let's get back to the story. So, the entire thing of Kendrick being a quiet guy, introverted guy, the boogeyman, and all that, just being a facade that's really Kendrick. Like, he is not a social butterfly at all, bro. He is not a what would they call it? Extrovert at all, dude. I seen extroverted. I seen Usher last year at the same press conference in the same type of setting, take pictures with folks, take the pictures. They asked, "Usher right here, Usher right here." Kendrick, as soon as they took them pictures, Joker was off stage. I said, "Oh man, he don't play, bro. He is literally in the house. He is inside. He is not a public person at all." And I don't know, because it was like during the interview he came off so personal and just like a normal dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like, when you're quiet, you don't say much, it gives the room for people to just kind of add a lot to your legacy and your image, and even you can say a 4-letter word, or like, it adds to that, right? And then you talk to them and you're like, "Oh, this is just a normal person." That was Kendrick, right? So Kendrick comes out press conference, it's like, "Oh, he's just a normal dude." Like, that's just is what it is. But then, like, as soon as the thing ends, his official obligations are over, he's out that very second. And I was just like, yo, he don't fool with nobody, bro. So that was that. That was my biggest takeaway from the Kendrick press conference. So we're still on Thursday morning now. Next thing I went to was the Fritz Pollard Alliance Excellence Awards. They honored this year Fritz Pollard. If you guys don't know, he's the first Black coach in NFL history. He was also one of the first 2 Black players in NFL history. That's some Black history lesson for you in the month of February. Anyways, but this year they didn't focus much so on kind of like the Black part of everything. They focused more on the women as minorities within the league, the NFL, and stuff like that. So they honored the women. They honored Gail Benson. Maria Taylor was one of the honorees as well. I talked to Maria Taylor. Roger Goodell spoke as always, and that was that. So, and that time happening, all the trades is happening. So Brandon Ingram gets traded. Dre Hunter gets traded. Bogey Bogdanovic gets traded. The Hawks are blowing it up. And the Pelicans made the trade for Ingram and stuff like that, with Ingram to the Raptors. So it's just like, I ain't paying it. I say all this to say I ain't paying much attention to the dang Fritz Pollard line. I'm sorry. I did speak. There it is. Reason behind the Rooney Rule. Ball locked in. I'm not paying much attention to what's going on at this point, because I'm looking at all these dang trades on my phone. I'm like, this is crazy. This is crazy. The NBA blowing up. What is going on? So that was that. Next thing, I got about an hour of charging my phone, and then we get right back to it. So next thing we had was the NFL honors. NFL honors, I get some cool people and stuff like that. I see Coach. I had a thing. I ain't talked to Coach in some years. I seen Coach last year at the NFL honors, and they just kind of, ignore me. It's like, okay, we know what it is. It's beef. This year, I said, yo, I'm trying to, stump on all my beefs in 2025, even if that means me, looking like the weaker person that stand on business at first. So I say, hey, Coach, I'm sorry, Coach. I apologize. Coach and Shador just walked past me, and Junior Bucky, they just walked past me still. I put that in the video or whatever. But yeah, man, it didn't really work out, the little reunion and stuff like that. That was Thursday night. That was Thursday night. Yeah, Thursday night. I'm trying to think when Shaq's Fun House was Friday. Anyways, so but everybody else was cool though. Kenny Moore Jr. Kenny Moore the second. I wanted to talk to him because we went to the same college at Valdosta State, D2 college, and I think he remembered me and stuff like that. I ain't really, you know what I'm saying? It's what's up there. So I wanted to talk to him, but he left before he got to our part of the carpet. I did meet Don Lemon, cool dude. He's from Louisiana, got some property in Louisiana. He told me and stuff like that. I didn't know that. Josina Anderson, very cool person. She just open book all week. Can ask her questions, just talk to her. I gave her flowers a lot. I really look up to and admire Josina Anderson. So shout out Josina Anderson, one of the black women that helped kind of shape me and stuff like that in my career and where I'm going and everything like that. And then I went to a dinner with Fanatics. This is all the same Thursday night. I went to a dinner with Fanatics and Diverse Representation. It's an organization set up by, I believe her name is Jair Turner. And I apologize a gazillion times if that's the wrong name. And yeah, she's an entertainment lawyer out in LA. And she had this entire dinner with all these attorneys, lawyers, sports agents, and stuff like that. And so I'm telling them what I do, and they telling me what they do. And I had this debate with the sports agent about he was like, "Yo, these franchises don't care about you. Look at how they did Luka. Get the most money." I said, "No, I don't agree with that because I feel like you can get more money in the long run if you build a team that's a championship team. You take a bit of a discount to put the best team around you. You win 5 championships. Now for the rest of your life, you can live off being a 5-time champion." He said, no, you can't do that. You're looking at it from a fan perspective. Anyway, so it was a great discussion. That was Thursday night. Now we get into we going, you know what I'm saying? Okay. All right. We talking. We gonna get there. We on Thursday night right now. So Friday morning, bro. I head to a thing I'm trying to write. I'm behind probably like a day or whatever. I get to a thing from Verizon. Shout out to Verizon with Demario Davis, Deuce McAllister, Michael Wilbon, a whole lot of New Orleans stuff. That was cool, right? And then Cardi B did the joint that you guys see on the channel as well on Bourbon Street. She seemed like a pretty cool person, pretty nice. She wasn't mean at all. Took pictures with people, stopped with people, and everything like that. Then we get to Friday night. First party I went to was Uber One. That was a joint with Travis Scott. He had Tulane's marching band open for him and stuff like that. And then Travis Scott brought out Ice Spice and Raw 49. Apparently that night, Solange came out to do a DJ set. I missed it because after that, I walked across the street to the Shaq joint. I talked to Shaq, and like I said, I ain't gonna lie, this is the one thing I felt bad about because I won't standing on what I was saying. So I just got on Shaq about a month ago for the whole thing. My mic unplugged. Hold on. Let me look at the settings. Because I got to get into this right now. Hold on. Where we at? I'm gonna unplug it and plug this back. Hold on now. Where my plug go? Okay, I got it. So I guess it just took away my joint. All right. We gonna go with it. We gonna go around it. Dang, they really took my microphone. Hold on, cuz. They took my microphone. It's crazy. Got a microphone right here. I'm probably gonna have to restart this or something. Should we go? All right, since we have about 8-10 people on here, I'm gonna just go off the audio. Y'all apologize for audio, everything like that. I wish I could get the mic back, but we'll figure it out. So yeah, man. The Shaq thing. So I get on Shaq because Shaq is telling Angel Reese on our podcast, y'all need to be dunking in panties. And I'm like, Shaq, what the heck? You supposed to be like this young woman's OG, her business partner. She signed to your brand, Reebok, right? And you talking like this to her, like that's kind of crazy, bro. You looking kind of crazy, OG. And then so And I say everything I say on camera because I'll say it to the person face, and these are all people that I interacted with. And I said that. I seen Shaq. I interviewed Shaq once again. I did not bring that up. And I was like, should I ask a question? I was like, I should ask a question, but I'm like, this is his party. This is called the Fun House. I don't know if that's the type of thing that I want to, I don't want to ruin the dude's mood. I don't know if this is the time and place for that. But then at the same time, it's also like any place, any time, if you know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's also a thing. Long story less long, I did not stand on business with Shaq. I did the interview. I asked him about some other stuff. I asked him about Ben Simmons. He gave me a funny reaction. But I did not ask about why he asked Angel Reese that, or why he brought that up on Angel Reese podcast, acting crazy. Like, did y'all patch it up? Did she speak to you about that? Did she say she was disappointed in what you said to her? Did it creep her out? Like, did you guys have that? I did not bring that up to Shaq. Anyways, got some good stuff there at the Fun House and everything like that. That was cool. Saturday comes, all right. So we getting closer to the point that y'all want to hear and stuff like that. Saturday comes, I go to the NABJ thing. Shout out to NABJ meetup. Shout out Greg Lee, homie, OGs. Then I come back to the convention center for the celebrity game. Celebrity game, flag football game was amazing. It was amazing. Shout out to the NFL, everybody that helped get me in. And yeah, everybody was cool. Drewski, Drewski, he really won't interacting with the fans like that, but he's being funny and stuff when the lights come on, cameras come on, and stuff like that. But Sexy Red, Glorilla, Lotto, everybody involved. Angel Reese had the kids. Angel Reese. Hold on, I'm gonna pull it up, man. And they was cool. Shout out to Arabia. I met Arabia, man. She mad cool. Arabia, all 32 teams. She was mad cool. Yeah. Okay. I'm about to get to this thing. Hold on. Let me see. How share the screen? Give me a second here. Angel Reese. You can't say the girl doesn't have Arabia. Oh yeah, shout out locked in. Y'all locked in. But yeah, man, I'm at Arabia. She's cool people. Yeah, everything like that on Monday night. Angel Reese had the kids going crazy. You can't say she doesn't move the needle. She is a needle mover. I've seen it time and time again. The way that these fans, these kids interact, they love Angel Reese. Just like how Caitlyn is like moves like Caitlyn moves like Caitlyn Clark. Caitlyn moves like the Beatles, bro. Like she moves like Michael Jackson and them. Like it's crazy the fanfare with Caitlyn Clark, bro. Like Caitlyn Clark will go do her warm up, sign some autographs, and the kids will just pass out. Like that's how serious it is with Caitlyn Clark. But Angel Reese, bro. Angel Reese has the same type of crazy. It's like the same type of love I used to see with Michael Vick. It's the same type of love you see, a similar type of love you see with Lamar Jackson, John Morant. Like it's certain people that just click with folks, and folks just love them, dude. And Angel Reese is one of those people for sure, bro. And you have to give her credit for that. She's definitely a needle mover. She's one of the reasons why the league is in the place that it is right now. The game was good. Speed, I show Speed, bro. He is actually a good athlete, but I did not know. Like, you can see the clips of him racing and him doing the backflips online. In person, this dude is like legitimately a great athlete. And I'm telling you, as someone who has covered sports for 10, 11 years now, right? On a consistent basis, everything like that. 10, 11 years covering sports. I done seen athletes in small towns. I done seen professional athletes. I covered the NBA for 10 years. I've covered NFL for a few years. You know what I'm saying? All the sports, all the major sports in America I've covered. Speed, I show Speed, bro, is a legitimate athlete, dude. Look at this jump. This is crazy, bro. Look at the read. Look at the anticipation. Look at the speed. No pun intended. to bat this ball down. That's crazy, bro. And he did that about 2-3 times in the game, bro. He did that about 2-3 times, and then he did a bat flick on the field in the post game interview. Like, dude is really like he jokes and laughs a lot. He is legitimately a great athlete, bro. Just naturally, dude. I don't know how far he could have gone if he just stayed with football instead of going to YouTube. But that dude, he is talented, dude. Everybody was cool. Like I said, once again, everybody was cool. Duke Dennis, cool. Well, I know them folks from Atlanta. Kai's entire posse, the Clover Boys, Punga, Dez, Tylil, all of them cool. All them boys is cool. Kai, he has a billion people yelling at him and stuff like that. So like he tried to stay a little more low key at this event, but still, I spoke to him. He spoke to everybody that spoke to him. So I had to salute that with Kai because like he's one of the more famous people out there. Speed is probably the most famous person in the world. He still was one of the most humble folks out there, bro. Literally ran to the fans. He didn't have to run to the fans. It's a big barrier. Ran to the fans. Everybody didn't run to the fans. He ran to the fans. He talked to media folks. Everybody that spoke to him, he spoke to. Shout out to Speed. Plight Boy Max. That's my first time meeting Plight Boy Max. Plight Boy Max is mad cool. Asked everybody, shook everybody's hand, eye contact with everybody, asked you what your name was before you start talking to them. Every single time. And then at the end of it, all right, appreciate you talking to you. Pleasure talking to you. Nice meeting you. Every single person, bro. Like, for someone who is having his moment right now, and it's his first moment, that just shows you the type of parents that he has and the type of upbringing that he had. You know, you see how he handled the entire TJ situation and stuff like that. And he said, it's always going to be morals over money, morals over this, because I'm not selling my soul and stuff like that. And, you know, you could tell that he's a good kid off that. But meeting him and seeing that interaction and how he interacted with everybody else, sensational, bro. Like, he's legitimately just like a nice dude and speaks to everybody humble. They're all humble. All these dudes is humble. Well, nobody Hollywood, not even Lotto, bro. And I've seen Lotto at stuff and stuff. I seen Lotto growing up before she was like Lotto around Atlanta. But like, I seen Lotto once she blew up. And like, Lotto once she blew up, everybody can't speak to her. Everybody can't just, hey, Lotto. She ain't going to everybody. Keep it everybody. But she was cool on Saturday night. She was cool on Saturday night. I ain't gonna lie to you. Shout out Lotto as well, man. Shout out RC, Ryan Clark, very down to earth. I just want to give these people their props and, you know, just telling you from a firsthand experience how it was meeting them, because everybody not nice. Everybody not cool. Everybody not that. You know what I'm saying? Some people are just very mean, and, you know, you will never know just seeing them from afar. So for the nice people, I wanted to shout out the nice people. That was that. Saturday night was the moment of the weekend for me because I couldn't go to the game. So it was Doechii performing at the Verizon house. Shout out Verizon once again. JD opened the night. Jermaine Dupri opened the night as a DJ. He brought out Juvenile, and it was pretty cool. It felt like an Atlanta party because like everybody in there, like most of the people in there were from Atlanta at first and stuff like that. So I'm like, oh, what the heck? And then JD's playing Atlanta music. So I'm like, oh, okay, all right, whatever. And keep this in mind. Keep the fork in it if you're waiting for the Kendrick Lamar joint, right? So JD goes, who really love hip hop in here? And he plays some Biggie, bro. And he said, I want you to sing all the words to this. And it was juicy. It wasn't even like a deep cut Biggie song. It was juicy. It was quiet. I'm in there. Blew up like the World Trade. Born Center. The opposite of that juicy. Eat sardines. I'm like the only one rapping it, bro. Juicy. And I'm like, dang, this is kind of crazy. So Doechii goes up there, and Miss Milan is like calling out the people. She like, I don't care. Y'all bougie in here. Y'all bougie. People is not really making noise like that for real. Like, they kind of just like on their phone or just kind of watching, like observing. And, you know, Doechii, if you seen the Doechii performance, her and Miss Milan, they bring that energy. They like dancing. Miss Milan dancing behind the table, and Doechii doing the coordinated, you know, calculated dance with Miss Milan from on front of the stage, and Doechii moving her head. She whipping the wall, walking the runway like it's a stage and stuff like that. They bringing the energy. the crowd was just not, but it was a Hollywood crowd, bro. It was probably the craziest night. I ain't even gonna lie. It might be the craziest room I ever been in, bro. In terms of like the crowd, party atmosphere, everybody was there. It was. I seen John Hamm for the first time. He was in there. Gabrielle Union, Janelle Monáe, Shabuzi, Quavo, Ice Spice, Shaq was in there. Jim Jackson, Victor Cruz was in there. All those guys was in there. It's definitely some Chris Next Door. Shout out Chris Next Door. That's why I said it's like Atlanta thing. It's like a lot of people, but Chris Next Door was in there, and stuff like that. And then I seen Judge Mathis, and Judge Mathis was the most random person. Judge Mathis was in the club in a suit. He said, I said, Judge Mathis was like, "How you doing, young man?" I was like, "Oh my God, Judge Mathis in the club." Anyways, regardless, everybody was in there. So it was like real corporate, a lot of money in there, a lot of celebrities and stuff like that. But they just was not moving like that for Dolce. Me and my folks, my coworkers, all the journalists, hey, wake up, get your fakes up, and the dates up behind the little VIP row. We turning up. So that was that. And I want you to keep this in mind of what we talking about. So keep with me, right? Dolce, the crowd was bougie, corporate, and rich, right? Shout out to Carrie Champion. Carrie Champion was also there, my dog. And then Jermaine Dupri, before the Dolce set, said, if you know hip hop, if you love hip hop, sing this. And it was Juicy from Biggie. And no one sung it except for me. And I'm like, this is crazy, because it's like they went up for Chief Keef, Finito, but folks ain't really go for Juicy. Like, do y'all like hip hop? And then Dolce, Dolce, sneaky little, creepy little, she rapping. They not really cheering for Dolce. I'm like, okay, this is the crowd that's in New Orleans. Because I'm telling you, the people with money. So these are the people that actually go to the game anyway. So that's Saturday night. So we get to Sunday. Guy Fieri has his thing in the morning that I go to. Shout out to Guy Fieri. He had Eli Manning, Reggie Bush, Chase Elliott was there. Georgia boy. That was dope. Okay, I head back to the crib to prepare for the game. Game happens. First half, Patrick Mahomes can't get it going. Kansas City cannot get it going. I'm like, okay, they're going to pull it together eventually. They got to. Like, I've seen this story before, especially when I seen the pick six. It reminded me exactly of Robert Alford's pick six on Tom Brady when the Falcons went up like 20-3 at that point and stuff like that. He throwing up the A. Bow Wow was going on Instagram. You guys know the story if you were there in 2017. Anyways, so I'm like, okay, I'm not counting out the Chiefs yet. Anyways, the climb ticks down. We going to halftime. This is the moment we all been waiting for. I know at this point that Kendrick is gonna do Not Like Us. I just don't know how exactly he's gonna diss Drake. I don't know if he's gonna say Drake. I'm like everybody else, right? I don't know if he's gonna say Drake. I don't know if he's gonna say pedophile. I don't know if he's gonna say a minor. I don't know. So okay, we get into it. Bro opens up the set with the unreleased song. I said, okay. I was like, okay, Doc, because I know the song, the first half of the song just from the YouTube snippet. And I know a lot of y'all that's watching this video know that song from the YouTube snippet that's going on. Let me pull up this YouTube video right now on stream to see how many views it has, because it probably spiked about at least 1 million or 2, right? It probably spiked 1 million or 2 since last night, right? Okay, hold on. I'm going to share my screen. This thing has this 1 minute snippet that he dropped 5 minutes before he dropped the album, GNX, has 7.4 million views. Probably when it, before last night, I'm just guessing here, had probably 6 or 5 million views, bro. Probably had 6 or 5 million views. He performed a YouTube-only exclusive snippet that had about 5 million views to open the Super Bowl. I said, all right, Doc, what we doing, bro? What are we doing? Because it's like the Super Bowl historically, as you guys know, It's always just they get the biggest artists of the year, of the time, just to perform the biggest songs of their career. So you get Britney Spears, she going, "Hear me, baby, one more time. You're toxic, baby." Like that is the Pepsi halftime show. Like when it used to be Pepsi. That is the Pepsi halftime show. You just do that for 13 minutes. You know, they don't play any of your favorite joints or anything like that for the most part. If your favorite song is in a radio song. And then, you know, but they do the thing just to appease the fans, to get in, get out, collect, you know, their attention and stuff like that. I won't say collect check because they don't really get paid for it, but to collect the attention and kind of reap the benefits and have everybody say it's the best Super Bowl performance since Michael Jackson. Every time there's a good performance, they say, that's the best Super Bowl performance since Michael Jackson. That's the best one since Prince. But anyways, I think Dr. Dre right now is still, that's a good question. I probably got Dre at the top still. So anyways, so he comes out with the unreleased, and then he gets into it. I'm loving it. I'm dancing to it. I'm singing the song that friend. And then, you know, he had Samuel Jackson come in, and the Samuel Jackson stuff I love too. I love Samuel Jackson's input, his little things. And I think in the script, Kendrick addressed a lot of people, bro. He did the Big Sean diss with Humble, but I think with the Man in the Garden, the way I looked at it with the I Deserve It All and stuff like that, I looked at it, you know, he was addressing Wayne there. Because, you know, Wayne obviously was saying what he was saying about not getting it. And then he took a shot. I feel like the shot was at Louisiana state lawmakers. Louisiana state lawmakers, for those of you who don't know, they had about 13 of them before the game. Yeah, before the week of the Super Bowl, signed a thing, like a complaint that said, like, the NFL Super Bowl halftime shows have gotten way too vulgar over the past few years, and they keep getting worse and worse. And I was like, okay, I don't think there's any coincidence that this comes out right before the first ever rapper to headlines the show. And, you know, other people was like, oh, no, bro, it's not that. I'm like, okay, all right, you can pee on my leg, tell me it's raining if you want to. It is what it is. That was that, right? So they say that, and Samuel comes and says, no, don't do that. That's too ratchet. That's too ghetto. And I'm like, yo, he just took a shot at the lawmaker. But that also could have just been like, you know, general kind of criticism he's been hearing or whatever and stuff like that. But that's the way I saw it. I saw it as a direct shot at the Louisiana lawmakers. That's my theory. Everybody has their own theories. And then, you know, so he did the Big Sean diss. He did the Lil Wayne diss, which wasn't like addressing Lil Wayne more so. And then he was hinting to the Drake thing where he says, but you know they like to sue. And I was like, ah! And he goes on with the set. And then he brings out SZA, and SZA was amazing. A lot of people saying she was lip singing and whatever. It sounded amazing. It was great. It's a great moment. And Sam was like, yes, that's what we want. Clean, slow, this and that for the people. And then he puts on Not Like Us, and he chooses violence, and he freestyles before Not Like Us again. At this point, he probably done did like 3-4 freestyles or unreleased stuff that he's never done before. And I'm like, oh, this is crazy. Kendrick, man, this is going crazy. And he does Not Like Us. Stadium goes crazy, and then it transitions into TV off. And I'm like, the transition. I feel like personally, if you had a problem with Kendrick not doing all of his hits, or doing most of his hits, or doing just a large part of his hits, because he didn't do majority of his hit catalog. I know some people are like, Kendrick. That's all they see. And they said, what are you talking about? He didn't perform his hits. He did DNA, Humble, and Not Like Us, and TV Off. That's 4 songs out of the you know, how many songs did he do? He probably did like, I don't know how many songs he did now. Think about it. Probably like 10, 12 songs for 13 minutes, for 12 minutes, 11 minutes. Them 4 songs ain't nothing. Kendrick got hits, as you guys know. That's the reason why he got the Super Bowl. It ain't just because of Drake beef. People that don't follow rap don't know that. All right, here we go. So I think if you had the complaint of he didn't have enough hit records, I feel like the moment of Not Like Us into TV Off itself was enough. That was enough for me to be like, you did hits, you did stuff that people could dance to, you did something where we could like kind of, I hate to mean cliche, or the double entendre or whatever. You could turn your minds off and just enjoy. Just enjoy a halftime show, dance, have fun. Hey, we partying. Hey, Not Like Us. Hey, Minor, Mustard. Like you could do that. I think that transition with Mustard running out, with Serena doing the crib walk was amazing, sensational. And I feel like it made up for all of the lack of party that you want to say beforehand, because the rest of it was just art. It was great theatrics. Like he said, it was directed, an entire thing by PG Lane. PG Lane team, amazing job. The camera work, the directing, the lights with the people, with the fans, wristbands and stuff like that. Missy Elliott was doing that. A few other people do that, where the fans put on the wrist bracelets. LSU did that this past season to celebrate 100 years in Tiger Stadium. And then, they just light up throughout the stage, and it makes throughout the crowd, and it makes little words in the sky. With the game over, with the controller, with this and that. Amazing, sensational. PG Lane, 8 no notes. But there are some people who, I want to pick everything. Can you do that? Why is Serena up here? She's still thinking about her ex. Well, let me tell you something. Because some of y'all apparently have just short-term memory loss. That's got to be what it is. And yes, I'm following October's very own on SoundCloud. I don't know why I still am, but I mean, I'll probably keep listening to Drake. I ain't gonna lie to you. I still listen to Drake. Here's a song from 2 years ago from Her Loss. Pretty recent kind of like album. 332. I got to get as close to 5 seconds as possible, because you get over 5 seconds, YouTube get you out of here. But here we go. Middle of the ocean.
I swear you don't even mean what y'all say, like y'all dubbing a movie. Sidebar, Serena, your husband a groupie.
Out of nowhere in the middle of the thing. Out of nowhere in the middle of the thing. You dissed my husband. You called him a groupie in the middle of your 6-minute freestyle. To me, it's just responding for Serena. Serena couldn't get into she couldn't get into Not Like Us video, right? Was she in the? I don't think she was. I think it was just Samar DeRozan was in the Not Like Us video. So if she missed that, she was here. She had to respond to Drake some way. She did the dance at the ESPYs, and she did the little kind of crip walk then and stuff like that. People had a problem with her crip walking because they said her sister was a lot of crips. According to the story, first, there's multiple things with this. You can go with A. It was crossfire. It wasn't a direct hit to the sister. It was mistaken identity, something like that, right? And God rest her soul. Second, that was 2003. Nobody had a problem with this. No one was bringing this up in 2012. In 2012, people were mad at her doing it at the Olympics and stuff like that, because it was just like, it wasn't professional. It wasn't tennis. It wasn't Darmir. It wasn't this. It wasn't that. And I get that back then, because it was just different. You didn't have people like John Morant getting in after dunks and Joe Burrow. Like the 2019 LSU football team, I ain't going to lie, changed a lot in sports culture, bro. I don't know if people really going to talk about it or give them that credit, but they changed a lot in sports culture. And I think if it weren't for them, then there would be no Brooklyn Nets. D-Lo's first time around when they were doing the Kid Cudi dance, the pamper dance, the pissy pamper dance and stuff like that. And then, Memphis, obviously, a couple years ago with Dylan Brooks and them jokers doing this out the tunnel. Like, I don't think there's from Antonio Brown, AB. I don't think there's any of that without the 2019 LSU team, because them jokers were just dancing the whole season and won. So it worked. But yeah. I say all that to say she did that in 2012 and nobody was bringing up her sister back then. I will remember. I'm old enough to remember 2012. So it's like, y'all want to bring up that irrelevantly and then bring up she's stuck on her ex. And Stephen A said, if you fly out to leave your husband, to dance on the stage to diss your ex, then you need to get a divorce. My brother, what? It ain't about being stuck on your ex. It's responding to someone who publicly tried to diss and embarrass you. Serena didn't say or anything like that to Drake's diss for 2 years. Drake's husband. Serena's husband did. He tweeted something at Drake and stuff like that. And he was tweeting Drake throughout the beef. And he was taking Kendrick's side and saying they not like us and this and that and whoop whoop. But like Serena didn't say a word for 2 years after you publicly called out the father of her child, her husband, her better half, her whatever you want to say, her main squeeze. You called out her family. She ain't saying nothing for 2 years. She danced to the song at the ESPYs when she hosted the ESPYs, and then she danced to the song on the stage at the Super Bowl. That's it. That was it. And what Kendrick saying in the song? Better not speak on Serena. That's what he say. And Serena just saying, I stand with my Compton brother. It is what it is. And so for y'all Drake fans to be, it's the same thing, like I said, with the Kendrick fans when they were like, oh, y'all mad he didn't play his hits. He played the hits at the Drake thing. He played 2 songs at the Drake thing. He did all right in Mad City. And you said he played his hits. Kendrick, that's disrespectful to Kendrick. He got more hits than them 2. Anyways, regardless, Serena's responding to disrespect because she got disrespected publicly. She responded publicly. There ain't nothing wrong with that. And that's not being stuck on your ex. What is we talking about? What is we talking about? Rihanna did the same thing. People talk about Rihanna, talking about Drake and this and that and dissing Drake. Drake been dissing Rihanna and Rocky for years now. What are we talking about here? You can't just diss women, diss people, and then the woman respond, and then it's, oh, they so obsessed with Drake. You saw Drake living in your head rent-free. Drake been dissing these folks first. Like, what type of voodoo did Drake put in y'all in the thing? Man, long live my brother Charlie, man. My brother Charlie, we was at Georgia State together. And you know, one time we was singing, I think it was like Back to Back or something like that. He was like, Back to Back. He said, Drake, he put some like devil spells in his song or something. Cause how all his songs is catchy? How he always singing his songs regardless? And he been doing this for like 6-7 years. Charlie, unfortunately, no longer with us after a tragedy. Which shortly after that, side note, I just had to salute my boy Charlie. But R.I.P. Charlie. Going back to that, Charles. Going back to that, I don't know what type of voodoo, curse, whatever spell he done put in his rhymes for y'all to just not see straight and see past your delusion, bro. Because he done dissed these folks first. And he disrespect them and poke the bear and continue dissing them. I don't know if y'all don't catch it go over y'all heads because it's subliminals. Hello. It might be the same reason why you don't like the halftime show. But it like he's been dissing these people forever, bro. These people are just responding to the disrespect, whether it was in private, whether it was in the subliminal, or whether it was just outright publicly. So you can't get mad at the folks. One thing that I do think is, I didn't even speak about the Travis Scott show. I want to say this about Travis Scott. This is my first time seeing Travis Scott. Great set, obviously. Most hit records, like major hits, like anthems that you couldn't get away from in the years 2018 all the way up to now. My favorite Travis Scott song is from his mixtape 2014. I think that was Days Before Rodeo is the name of the mixtape. He just re-released it last year on streaming platforms and stuff like that. And my favorite song is track 10, Backyard. Backyard be chilling. Backyard be drinking, smoking, homie, pull up. That's my favorite Travis Scott song. And Logic eventually used that same sample for Upgrade in 2015 on the True Incredible Story. Anyways, he didn't do that, because he was just doing hits, which was cool. And so he's performing hits, but every beat drop, the little Pantheon, what they call it with the fire, the pipe throw, the fire goes off. Like the little fires in the set, like every beat drop. That fire is hot. And I'm not even like in the front, like, but I'm close to the little kind of barricade and stuff like that on the stage. But it's hot, bro. I'm like, it gets to the point where like I'm like this in the middle of it. I'm uncomfortably hot, bro. And I ain't gonna lie to you. My mind, the way my conspiracy theory mind works, bro, I immediately jump to, is that symbolic? And I was like, I also got to start doing the right thing, bro. I got to start living the right way. Because, man, if this is just like a half of how hot it's going to be, I do not want to be there at all. Lord Jesus, please forgive me of my sins. I'm sorry I was tweaking out. My bad. I apologize for listening to the devil music. My fault, Jesus. Because that stuff was hot and it was uncomfortable. I couldn't even get jiggy. I couldn't even turn up. And then my phone, like, stopped recording because it's so high, it's overheating. I'm like, oh my goodness. I gotta go to check it. Like, it's just a mess, bro. It was hot, bro. And me personally, like I said, like conspiracy theories, me who used to listen to the Jay-Z records going backwards in the church videos and all the Illuminati videos, consuming those on YouTube in 2011 to 2013. That was the first thing I'm thinking, bro. It's just like, what is this? Another thing, I seen Don Toliver in concert before at Made in America Fest up in Philadelphia, and he performing at the party, you and all your friends, and we love it again. Like, I love that song, right? So I'm recording it. I'm recording all the songs that I know and love over the weekend. And so I'm showing it to somebody, and they said he got 3 horns in the back. I said, what? They said he got 3 horns in the back. And in the back, certainly on that song, he got the flames going up, right? The same thing that Travis Scott had. They both Cactus Jack. And he got 3 like little dragons or whatever, like the flame coming out their mouth and stuff like that. But then when the beat dropped, like the eyes turn red and it looked like a, you know what I'm saying, like a cartoon version of what we believe a demon would look like. 3 of them, 3-headed snake type stuff. Like, it was some, like, you know what I'm saying, demonic imagery. And I know some people take it old bored with that, you know what I'm saying? And they're like, oh, it's all devil. But like a lot of that stuff, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. A lot of that symbolism and everything like that, when it's outright like that, I'm cool off it, bro. I'm cool off it. You got it. He did Fiend twice. So I think I have like one thing of Fiend when he performed it the second time, because the first time my memory ran out, I couldn't record it. But I think I'm gonna upload the second time to perform Fiend, and that was pretty cool seeing live. Rob 49, the city showed him love. The city always showed him love when he played that yeet yeet song. Like, shout out to Vultures, you know, that yeet yeet, it get the whole city going. So that was cool. I like seeing regions, you know what I'm saying? Like, when the Super Bowl was out in LA, that was my first time in LA, and I was at an LA party, and like it was like a local LA dude with a Dodgers hat on, and they playing like and in it fine, you know, that like West Coast song. Y'all might know if you're from the coast. If not, you might not know it. But dude is like dancing like in a square, and he kind of like moving his feet like this. I'm like, can you teach me how to do it? And he is like, you know, I was like, I'm from Atlanta. And he like showing, he said, you just step like this, and just step like this. And like, I never got it. But it was cool that they had that out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, and in Detroit, you know, they got the buffs on. They like, what up though? And they doing this dance. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like stuff like that because it's stuff that's like unique to that region. When everybody else is just acting like Atlanta, I don't like it, bro. It like it's whack because it's like I have Atlanta at home. Like, Atlanta is literally home. So, but I like it when you see the Cash Cobain and the New York and they doing the sexy drill and like I like that stuff. Like, it's different regions, different cultures, different people, and different ways of life, different ways of moving. So I appreciate that. I say all that to say I love seeing Raw 49 come out for Travis Scott and get that type of love. Now going back to Super Bowl. So Ye been tripping. Nothing out of the usual. It's same old Ye. And then I always had to preface this by saying Ye is one of my 3 GOATs in music and just kind of like my biggest inspirations, I feel like, in life as a kid were always these three guys: Michael Jackson, Ye, and Donald Glover. And now, kind of looking back at it, it's kind of crazy. Like, all of them have like some type of kind of controversy or some type of like big hate wave against them and stuff like that. But yeah, those are the three guys that really kind of shaped me creatively into like not believing in limits and just doing whatever, and doing it at an exceptional level and working hard and stuff like that and thinking outside the box. So salute to those three. That being said, um, the actor's getting old from Ye, bro. Ye gotta be what, 46? You know, he was just rapping on he's 47, bro. Ye 47, dude. You know what I'm saying? And to rent out the two Yeezy commercials for the Super Bowl, $7 million a piece, and doing it on your iPhone, that's funny and stuff like that. You go to the website, he's only selling one thing. You know what I'm saying? And it's an offensive, you know, kind of imagery to the Jewish community, and that's kind of like, it's just, you know what I'm saying? And it's like he not even doing this stuff because he actually believes in this stuff. He's just going against the grain of the popular opinion to get people to talk about him and say that's controversial and that's not right. Yeah, don't say that. And he just want to be like, I ain't never thought the way that y'all thought. I'm an innovator. I'm a genius. And y'all don't see it. But it's just like just to sell something. And it's just so whack, bro. Like at this point, like it's old, it's whack, it's played out. Like you got to come up with a new rollout. And I also want to say, like, I appreciate Ye for you know, he got me Yeezys and stuff like that. And he was, you know, real nice to us and treated the media well when we saw him. And I know I might not get invited to anything again after this. It is what it is, right? My mic's back on. It is what it is. But like, I just have to speak the truth. It just is what it is. And you know, to see bro with Justin LeBoy and stuff like that. And when he was standing outside, he said, Ye will be performing the halftime show in 2026. And Justin LeBoy like, oh, that's what you about to do? Yeah. The GOAT has spoken. Like, it's that type of stuff that's just crazy. J. Cole said that, bro, 5 years ago. He said the yes man, the ones who continue to, and said that best man, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's just crazy, bro. Like, the yes man done yes man this way all the way up. And anybody that ever tries to say something, I don't take advice from people with lesser money. I don't take advice from any people with less knowledge. And you know what I'm saying? It's just like the act is old, bro. And I love Ye, bro. Like, y'all know I love Ye. Yeah, I mean, if you didn't know, now you know. Ye, Michael Jackson, Donald Glover, my three biggest inspirations growing up as a kid, to this day. That I'll just always be indebted to their creativity, their art that they've offered to the world. That being said, separate the art from the artist, bro. Because the artist is tripping right now, bro. The artist is tweaking out, just saying anything to get attention. He said, oh, I just had to get my thoughts out. I just had to express myself. That ain't expressing yourself, bro. That's trolling. You a 47-year-old rage baiting, bro. You know what I'm saying? Clip farming, whatever the case might be, bro. Engagement baiting. Get people to talk about you so you can sell some Yeezy merch and get your meals back up. Or your bills, excuse me. You are a billionaire. I have to give you those props. But what's a billion if, you know, you don't even know who you are anymore, or you never knew who you were, you know? What's a billion if you're a lost soul? Because we're only on this earth. As you've said, a lot of these quotes and stuff that I be saying comes from Ye. That's how big of a Ye fan I am. You said this in the documentary, in the joint from Cootie and them, right? Salute to them and shout out Netflix. Shout out Jay Ivy. That's my dog. You said yourself, shout out GLC, member of the family, A-League forever, 2017. You said yourself, we get 100 years. We get 100 years. That's why I go hard. That's why I do this and that, because we only get 100 years max, if that. So what is $1 billion on earth in your 100 years if your soul and eternity is just lost? And I don't think it means much, bro. At a certain level, money doesn't mean as much as we want it to. And that's just real talk. It's a sobering thought. It is what it is. But yeah, that's the case, man. I love Ye. I'll always love Ye. But money and the fame and the power and like all of these earthly riches and rewards that you're fighting for are not worth it at all, bro. It's not worth it. Because everything is so temporary. Everything is temporary. Everything that we see. None of this stuff matters. And if you give and put your attention and focus on things of this world, like you guys know the verses and stuff like that. If you don't, do not focus on things of the world, on this world, for you not of the world. You need to stand out. All of those stuff. All of those verses in the Bible, bro. We not meant to just indulge into the rewards and the golds and riches and stuff like that that's here on earth. I'm not saying it's a bad thing to be rich. I'm not saying it's a bad thing to be a millionaire, but like to be a billionaire and to still be greedy for some more and just purely chasing and dedicating and making money an idol, that just ain't it, in my opinion. Because we gonna be gone, bro. We gonna be gone. And it's like you put so much attention on this that you're not even thinking about the rest of time. You're not even thinking about that. You're thinking about your 100 years on here when you could have 100,000 years after this. I don't know. It's just something I think about. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say, bro. I'm disappointed in Ye, but it's also like he been saying this for years. It's been a reason why people been like quote unquote canceling him, and he been going on rants about cancel culture and being canceled and everything like that. It's because like he's been saying the same stuff. He just puts a different font on it. Anyways, I appreciate y'all so much. Do I want to talk about anything that happened in the W? What happened in the? Do y'all think Kennedy Carter's gonna get signed? I was about to say drafted. I don't know if she's gonna get signed. I really don't know because as of right now, I want to say no, but it's still kind of early in the offseason, and you just don't know what happened. You seen Katie Lou got cut. Best of luck to Katie Lou finding a new home. I know a couple teams was talking about potentially bringing her in. She was making some bank. She was making like 118. So shout out to Katie Lou. Anybody else? Shout out to LA. Leticia Me here signing with Golden State, the Valkyries. Or anybody else? I think that's about it. Until next time, as always, my name is Rashad Milligan. This is the Road to 5K subs. I appreciate you all. Thank you for letting me ramble about the week. Until next time, y'all take care of y'all selves.
That's for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff, but
Angel Rashad Milligan rolling out.
Good question.
We can't ask Rashad questions.
Hey, Rashad.